with breaking updates now coming in. There's a crackdown on the Bishnoi gang that's expected as the calls or the chorus for a terror tag has now grown in Canada. Remember, there have been multiple incidents of violence that have been reported, and now the Canada Federal Conservatives have joined this chorus demanding terror tag for the Bishnoi gang, saying it's time for Liberals to crack the whip. In fact, an MP has also spoken up, saying that the Conservatives are calling on the Liberals to designate the Lawrence Bishnoi gang as a terrorist organization. So, in fact, a letter has also been issued in this regard, and one of the MPs also taking to social media to give out this appeal, going on to say that this is unacceptable because there are incidents of violence that are being reported. In fact, Frank Caputo has taken to social media to say that the Conservatives are calling on the Liberals to designate the Lawrence Bishnoi gang as a terrorist organization. Communities are being terrorized. It's time for Liberals to crack the whip. This is the message that has been put out. A letter has also been put out. In fact, it says that we are writing to you as the Conservative Shadow Minister for Public Safety to request that the Lawrence Bishnoi gang be designated as a terrorist organization under Canadian law. The Bishnoi gang's activities lay the groundwork for listing it as a terrorist entity. My colleague Bhavtosh Singh joins us on the broadcast with the details. Bhavtosh, this is a big move amid many incidents of violence being reported in Canada. An appeal coming in to tag the Bishnoi gang as a terrorist organization. What are the details?
Well, in fact, it's not the first time that a Canadian politician has written to the Canadian Prime Minister asking that Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang members be tagged as a terrorist, or the entire Lawrence Bishnoi gang be dubbed as a foreign terrorist organization. It started in July itself when the British Columbian Premier had written to the Canadian Prime Minister, and then the Alberta Premier also had written a letter to the Canadian Prime Minister. India has also assured that they will provide real-time intelligence if any person associated with Lawrence Bishnoi gang is found carrying out any criminal activities in Canada. Remember, Pratibha, it was in September 2023 when the first evidence was found of Lawrence Bishnoi gang carrying out gangster-related activities in Canada, when Sukhdol, a fugitive, an Indian fugitive, was killed by the Lawrence Bishnoi gang, in which the Lawrence Bishnoi gang even claimed responsibility. Goldie Barar claimed the responsibility. He was killed in Winnipeg, and then subsequently there were Punjabi singers who were in fact targeted only because of the fact that they were found that they had owed allegiance, or at least they were close to Salman Khan. Their properties were in fact vandalized and shots were fired outside their residence. And then you have the example of shots being fired outside the cafe of Kapil Sharma. So there have been incidents in which Lawrence Bishnoi gang have been carrying out criminal activities in Canada, and that's the reason why politicians cutting across party lines, in this case Conservatives, have been asking, there has been a clamor to declare Lawrence Bishnoi as a terrorist and his gang as a foreign terrorist organization.
Okay, so this letter has been written to the Minister of Public Safety, the House of Commons. It's addressed to him, and it gives out the details of the Bishnoi gang's activities, saying they lay the groundwork for listing it as a terrorist entity. In fact, we have more reactions coming in as well. Many from Canada are now coming out in support of that, with Pierre Poilievre also saying liberal open borders immigration allowed the Bishnoi terrorists and gangsters to come to Canada and terrorize our communities. Conservatives call, ban the Bishnoi terrorists, arrest and deport all the members now. So it is now gaining traction, with more and more leaders now coming out in support and saying that the Bishnoi gang should be tagged a terrorist organization, also calling for all those who are members of the gang to be arrested and deported. Thanking Bhavtosh for joining us with all those details. And